Hi everybody, welcome to Privies and Prims. This is a needlework channel. I do mostly cross stitch and punch needle. Today I'm showing both. Excuse me. And then sometimes I do some wool work, but not too often. So I do want to say I've got a lot of new subscribers recently, and I thank you to every one of you that came over. I really do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. And to all those that have followed along with me, welcome back. I'm glad that you're here. Today, I'm going to try to be a little quick because I have an eye doctor appointment in less than an hour. And something I'm going to take with me is someone generously gifted me this piece of 40 count. So the highest that I have stitched on, I think so far, is 32 count. So I'm going to give this a try. I do use a magnifying light. It's a 2.5 magnifier. And I'm going to take this with me to the eye doctor and see if I can get special glasses that will maybe help me to see this even without a magnifier so that I can do it easier when I'm away from home. I do have a travel light, but it is only 1.75 magnifying. And thank you to the one that gifted this to me. You know who you are. So thank you. And that is so that I can do this pattern, which calls for 40 count. This is Brenda Gervais. And so you know, I talked about, I got these at Dollar Tree, just $1.25 a piece, but they're a little small. I think they're 4.5 wide, and this calls for 5.5 wide. So I'm gonna probably make my snowman a little skinnier and try to fit him on this. But if not, someone also shared with me one that is at Hobby Lobby because the one that the pattern calls for is like $18, and I'm not willing to spend that much for something to mount this on. So there is one at Hobby Lobby, but I haven't been to Hobby Lobby to look for it. So I do need to do that because the Christmas is 50% off. So that is why she sent me this, so that I can try to make that and make it fit because I didn't have any 40 count. Feel like I'm talking too fast. But so it is, let's see, look at the clock there, what, 12:30? And I need to be at the eye doctor at 1:20. So we're going to move right along. I did have a giveaway last week, and it was Bent Creek Blue Moon, this pattern, and you had to use the word moon if you were wanting to win that. And the winner is someone new. I don't recognize this name, so I know that you're pretty new to my channel, and her name is Debbie. So Debbie, if this is you, get in touch with me by email at priviesandprims@yahoo.com. And if I don't answer you there, you can Instagram me at Doreen Brannan. That's with A's, Brannan. Doreen Brannan.priviesandprims, or on Facebook at Privies and Prims, you can message me. So get in touch with me here. I am leaving tomorrow, so chances are that unless you get in touch with me sometime early today, today is Wednesday, then I probably will not mail this until I get back, which will be after the 11th. So congratulations, Debbie, and thank you for being a subscriber. So let me show you what I've been working on. I'm going to show you the cross stitch first because I know not everyone is interested in punch needle, but then I have people that only want punch needle and not cross stitch, but the cross stitch seems more popular, so I'll show that first. These are both done. These are my only two full finish in cross stitch. Actually, I haven't worked on cross stitch for probably at least 5 days. It's been a while. These are from the same pattern, and I think I showed these before. They just weren't fully finished. So this one was just a scrap of prairie cloth that I had, and people have asked me, where do I get the prairie cloth? This was given to me, and the girl that gave it to me had it for like 20 years. So you can look on Etsy. I have seen prairie cloth on there, and it does come in different colors. This is about a 28 count, and that's just a scrap that I had. And I stuffed it with walnut shells and then cut the back to stitch it or to stuff it, and then put a piece of wool on there. Now this trim, people have asked me on Facebook and Instagram, where did I get the trim? It is from a thrift store. That's where I got it. So always look at, even it's just a little bit, I probably had an inch of it left over when I was done because I've used it on something else. So this snowman, you can see his body is proportioned correctly. That is not the way it's called for on the pattern. On the pattern, and I don't know how good you can see it on here, his body's a little wonky. Like this side right here is a little more rounded in the middle section, and the other side is more straight up and down. But it's fun because it's primitive. And at the bottom, that part, this part right here, doesn't stick out as much as that side. So I was worried about the snowman not showing up on this fabric at first. And so I outlined him with back stitching with the color of the words. But it made it really stand out how wonky his body was. So I took that out right away. And then I coffee stained it, just a light, or actually it's a light walnut stain. I messed with some walnut stain last week, and it shows up really good. So I like it. And that's just black rickrack that I hot glued on. And then that's the backing. So a piece of wool over some quilt cotton. They are, and I should have had it ready. They are, I'm going to put it under here, but I think it is Country Rustic Primitives. But I'll put it underneath there. It's either Primitive Stitching or Country Rustic Primitives on Etsy. So those, I haven't worked on any cross stitch since I did these. That's it. I've been doing shop models for punch needle. I'm a model puncher instead of a model stitcher. So I'm going to show you some of those, and then I'm going to show you some new cross stitch patterns that I got. So these patterns are all from the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine, Christmas 2023. This is just a snowman head. It's just got felt on the back, and there is an opening here at the bottom, and I hand stitched the felt onto the back. So I'm going to insert a picture over here that shows you how it gets finished, because the lady that I punched this for, she already has a hat for it that's decorated, and she's going to be doing the rest of this. I just did the punching and sewed the back on, and then she's going to be fully completing that, and it will be a shop model in the shepherd's needle. Okay, this also is a shop model, and again, these are all from Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. This one I think is called Vintage Ornament, and that just has a piece of wool hand stitched to the back, and then she will put a wire hanger on it. Now in the picture on the pattern cover, it shows some mini pom-poms on the edging, but we didn't really care for that, so we decided not to do that. And then this one, I just realized I need to put probably a little hanger, a little loop right there. It has a wool backing, beautiful blue wool. Now this one is a different little technique. I did sew some beads on here, and it's supposed to have a star button, and I forgot. Well, I think the pattern gives you the option to put a star button on it or to punch the star, and I forgot about that, and I just punched the star. And she did send me a star button with all the supplies, but I had forgotten about it. So it has a punch star. But right here at the top, do you see how that looks different? All of this is punched on a number 1 on the Ultra Punch. And then this top part is punched on a number 6. You put the needle on a number 6 setting. So you can see how much higher those loops are. And that makes it kind of like a fluffy fringe on there. So that's an easy technique for you to do. Now this one I think was everybody's favorite. When I posted it, let me see. Here it is. I have this whiteboard. I forgot to use it. This, I think, was everybody's favorite. This is Two Old Crows is the designer, and it is in the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I'll get it closer so you can see. I used variegated Valdani P4 on the background. And what I do is I draw squiggly lines with a pen all around the background area before I punch it. And that gives the movement, instead of getting like straight lines of variegated thread, it gives the movement in the background. So isn't that gorgeous? And then I just put some pip berries in there just to show what it can be. And then this twine is from Hobby Lobby. And then the backing is just a piece of wool that is hand stitched on there. So there you go. Let me show these on the whiteboard so that maybe they show up better. I'll just quickly show these on the whiteboard. And then this one. And a little snowman face. So there is one that I'm still working on. It's got the glittery metallic threads. I think I showed it on my last floss tube. It might be right here. Yeah. Oh, here's the snowman head. So this is why I didn't insert a picture. Now that I'm further on, here's the snowman head right here. So that's how he gets finished. And then this is the page for the stocking. And these are just printed out of the magazine. This is the cardinal. Winter Blessings, it's called. And then this is the ornament. So you can see the little mini pom-poms. We just didn't care for that. So she's going to display it without that. But let me get... So this is what I've been busy with. And this is why I haven't been doing any cross stitch. And then each day I say, okay, tonight I'm going to start some cross stitch. And then I get busy because I've been getting ready for my trip. It's an 11-day trip. So I've had a lot to do. And yesterday I had to make Christmas cookies. So this is a little snowman. I don't know if I showed him before. Just in case I didn't, or if you didn't see that video, you see how he sparkles a little bit? It has metallic threads in it. And this is the picture. But I'm waiting on those buttons. They are little peppermint candy buttons. And then I will sew a backing onto this. And I think he's just going to be like a little pillow. But let me show you the metallic threads. And what I did is I mixed the metallic threads with DMC. So here is what the thread is. And I just use this as it comes out. I guess you would consider it one strand here. It's really little. Yeah, maybe. Can see it there against the white wall. And then I mixed it with 6 strands of DMC. And that's how I got that finish, because it's so thin. I think it would have taken a super long time to try to punch that whole snowman. Sorry for all the noise. A couple days ago, I posted a video of emptying out my Christmas decorations, and I did miss one. It's been shown on here before, but there's a lot of new people. So I will show it to you again. This is an Asbury Echoes pattern. And I put it's in the back of this sign that I wasn't using. And then this is just laying in here. Just rusty stars that I got from a wholesale place. You can get it to go back in there. And then the there's a olive green chenille trim around the outside. And that is from Purple Paper Mountain on Etsy. And I'll fix that later. Okay, project bags. So back in the fall, someone gifted this to me with this is what I put my threads in. I'm not sure. She calls it an accessory bag. And this is the backing of it because I have a tiny camper. And one was for me and one was to be a door prize at the retreat. So there was also... There's a thread bed in there, and there was a needle minder, and there were floss drops. And this is the person who sent it to me. And I recently sent her some fabric to make me 2 more, but I wanted them smaller. So I'm not sure what size this is, but I wanted an 8 by 10 because I do a lot of smalls. And I don't use a hoop, and I don't use the... that clip-on thing, I forget what it's called, the frame that clips on. I don't use any of that. I just stitch in hand. So if I'm just doing a little small, it's only going to take up a little bit of room. So I sent her some fabric. One is a really pretty kind of retro looking aqua Christmas fabric, and the other one is primitive fabric. And so she made those for me, and I thought I would have them today, and I waited this morning for the mail to come because I got a notice saying it was coming today, but they're actually at a post office 20 minutes away from me, and they're probably coming tomorrow, and I'm leaving tomorrow, so I'm going to stop at the post office because my mail's being held. So I'm going to stop at the post office on my way out of town and pick up that package because I want my project bags. So those will get shown on the next video. I want you to check out, if you're not already subscribed, to Lost in Stitches, and she just started designing patterns, cross stitch patterns. So her Etsy store is called Lost in Stitches Store, and she has it all together as one word, Lost in Stitches Store. So definitely check her out on Etsy. She is fairly new floss tuber. She has stage 4 breast cancer, and she shares some of that experience on her floss tube, and she's just a really sweet girl from Canada, and she does some massive cross stitch projects that I would never even think to do. So, but they're beautiful. But do check her out. Lost in Stitches. I think it's just Lost in Stitches on flosstube. I'll put the link down below, and then Lost in Stitches store on Etsy, and I'll put those links in. So let me show you some new patterns I got. There was a Black Friday sale, and I asked you last time, did you go shopping on Black Friday? I went to Old Navy, and I bought the $5 pajamas, and actually they're right here. They're just the plaid. They did have some with campers on them for $5, but by the time I got there, because the sale was only until noon, and I got there at like 11:30, and they only had extra small left, and I wear a large, so that wasn't going to work. And then I just got like a t-shirt on clearance. And then I went to JCPenney's, and I wanted a jacket, a lightweight jacket. And I got a $100 jacket for $24.99. So super happy with that. And just a little hint, I went to the hair salon in JCPenney's, and they let me pay there. So I didn't have to wait in any line at all. But the line in Old Navy was really long. So after that, I got some food and went home. That was enough. So a lot of people had Black Friday sales on Etsy. I have so many patterns I can't even get to them. So I did only buy one, and it says very little is needed to make a happy life. And because I am pretty minimal, not extreme minimal, but I am a bit minimal. So that is from Not Forgotten Farm, which I will be there the day after tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm going Saturday for her Christmas open house. Going to see some girls there from the retreat and meet some new ones that are going to be at the next retreat that I host. So I'm excited about that. So what I have decided to take to work on next, to take to the retreat, I wanted to take a Lori Brecklin pattern since I'm going to her studio, and I'm taking Parson Brown. That is the one that I'm going to start. I love it. So I think that can be out like all winter, not just Christmas. It says, in the meadow, we can build a snowman. And at the bottom, it says Parson Brown, 1847. I will probably leave that part off and just do the trees and the snowman and the words at the top. Because as I've said before, I'm not big on putting like dates on there unless it has some significance to me. So Asbury Echo Studio, I got some of her patterns, and I know I talk about her on every video, but she just keeps designing patterns, and I like them all. So I can't stitch them all, but I want you to check her out anyway. So Asbury Echo Stitches, she is a new YouTuber, a floss tuber, and a new pattern designer. So her patterns are on Etsy. Check her out. Walk in Faith. See my nails, guys? If you're new here, you're like, why is she talking about her nails? Well, because I don't usually have nail polish on. But just like a month ago, I started, and I mixed 2 colors from Dollar Tree to get the fall color that I wanted. And this is 2 colors mixed from Dollar Tree. It's like a dark cherry red mixed with a light brown. And I had to dump it out and mix it in a bowl. And I figured, if you can mix paint, you can mix nail polish. And that's how I got that color. And it's not a bright red. It's just like a prim red. And it's perfect for me. This is also Asbury Echo Stitches. I love this one. Christmas Blessings. And she is doing these for her, gosh, I don't know if they're grandchildren or her children. One is for her son, and she did just leave off the top part, and she just did, I think she left off the top part. She just did the reindeer and then his name. And then for a girl, she left just the girl part, I think. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to save that picture from her Facebook, and hopefully she doesn't mind me doing that. But I'll show you how she did it so that they are individualized, personalized, which is a great idea. And this one I like. It's called I'll Be Home. I'll Be Home for Christmas. Isn't that cute? So her patterns, I think they're all $8. They might, she does have one that's pretty tall, long, and that one may be more. So I'm not going to do a giveaway this week because I am going to be gone for 11 days. So, and when I come back, I have boom, boom, boom activities that week, like every day. I'm going to be back. I'm leaving tomorrow, which is Friday, and I will be back next Sunday on the 11th. And then I have something the 12th and the 13th and the 14th and the 16th and the 18th. So it's going to be really, really busy. So I don't know if I will get any videos in while I'm gone. I'll try to do a video at Lori Brecklin's at Not Forgotten Farm that I can share with you. So I know since there's a lot of new people, and I keep telling you guys this is what I'm going to work on, and then I don't work on it, but I'm going to bring them out again and show you, just in case you're new. These are like top of my list here, and I did get my Christmas stuff out yesterday, and I am severely lacking in Christmas stitches to put out. I'm not going to put a tree up this year, and I have a cabinet, a dry sink in my living room, which you've seen before because I showed that display picture. It's not even half full, so I need to get busy. Oh, and I wanted to tell you this random dresser that's sitting back here, that was in my mom's garage for years and years and years. And it was empty and just sitting there, but she would pile stuff on it. It's really old. I have my clothes in the two top shelves on this. And the bottom two shelves are wool, mostly wool for crafting. So I'm going to paint this dresser. It's just a small one. I'm going to paint it and distress it and antique it, probably like a dark country blue. And then my clothes will go in that. And that frees up these top two shelves for fabric that is now in a storage closet. And I have to dig through stuff to get to it and try to, it's just always a mess in there. So I'm trying to get a little more organized. And I think the dresser might go over here by the window, or it might replace those two chairs back there that aren't even used. They're just sitting there. I'm just have a one-bedroom apartment, so I don't have a lot of room. And someday I'll show you the apartment because I have this really weird thing, but I sleep in the dining room. I put my bed, which is a twin bed, out in the dining room. And I'll just do a random picture of it here, but it's not perfect and set up and everything. But I had on the other side of this wall is the neighbor's bedroom, and there was a lady there that had some mental health issues. And seriously, I'm not like making fun of her. She seriously had mental health issues. And all night long, she was like, I think it was like OCD stuff. The bathroom is right there, and she would slam the bathroom door just all night long, like not the cabinet door, not the room door, and turn the water on and off and on and off and on and off. And I couldn't get any sleep. So I moved my bed out into the dining room because I don't sit at a table to eat. That's actually my dining room table that was in there, and I moved it in here. So I sit on my recliner and eat. But I moved my bed out there, and I think it's set up really cute, and it reminds me of like a studio apartment. And I turned the bedroom into my craft room. So then after she moved out, the manager said to me, are you going to move back into the bedroom now? And I said, no, because I kind of like it. Like I have this room that I can just shut the door and I can leave my mess here. And otherwise I'd have a bed in here too, and that would make it even less room. So that's how I try to make the best use of my space. So it's really weird when you say you sleep in the dining room, but it works for me and it makes me happy and I like it. So that's what works. So let's get back to this. This is, I am going to kit these up and I'm going to take them with me, and I'll probably be lucky if I get half of one done because we have a busy schedule. We are going to Longwood Gardens. My son and his girlfriend and I, they're fiance now, they got engaged. We are going to Longwood Gardens and with a friend of mine, and we are going to Philadelphia to a Christmas market that they go to every year. We are going to a place called Booth's Corners, which is a farmer's market, and it's in the town where I grew up, and we went there every Friday to get the produce and meat. My mom would. So there's just lots of things scheduled. I am going to meet up with one of my viewers, probably, if it works for her. We're probably going to do Tuesday morning breakfast, a late breakfast. So if you are interested, if you're in the Lancaster County area and you want to meet up that Tuesday with us for the late breakfast, probably 10:30, get in touch with me before then so I can tell you where we're going to be. So third time, I'm going to show you. This is what I'm going to kit up. Okay. This one, Feeding the Reindeer, Country Rustic Primitives. They should be pretty easy. You know, it's small. This one is with Needle and Thread, St. Noel. I'm not sure how big that is. Oh, it says it right on there. 8x9. But there's not, it doesn't look like there's a lot of stitching. It's just a lot of fabric. This one, I don't think I'm going to get to that this year. I love it, but I don't think I'm going to get to that this year. But I actually just got that one. And then this one, Not Forgotten Farm Merrymaker. And I'm probably going to buy more while I'm at her store because there's some that are out of print, and rather than paying, or they're not out of print, they're like discontinued, but she'll have them in her shop. So rather, they're not PDFs. So rather than pay the shipping, I probably will just get them while I'm there. This is Daisy Case Primitives. So I know, like I said, some of these are repeats, but there's a lot of new people. And this one is Christmas Tree. Just a quick, that's got to be really quick, probably just a few hours. And that's Country Rustic Primitives. And so that is my plans. My question today, here's my question, because this room right now, it's a hot mess. You can't see it all, but I'm going to clean it up some, but I don't have all my Christmas decorating done. I did some up there just so that it would look good for the video, and then I sit right in front of it and cover it anyway. And I still have the bicycle in here. I need to put that in the camper. And there's my iron. So, you know, this is real life. So I like things to be organized and perfect, but they're not right now in this room because I just brought out the Christmas stuff and all that. So I need to just organize, and that's probably not getting done until I get back. So here's my question for today. I know some people do this. Before you go on a trip, do you clean your house? Do you have everything spotless? All the laundry done, all the dishes? Now I will have all my dishes done. I won't leave dirty dishes, and I won't leave trash. But do you have everything vacuumed, dusted, cleaned before you go on a trip? Put that in the comments and let us know, because I know there's people out there that do that. And that's wonderful. I'm not one of them. I do, you know, kind of make sure things are straightened up. I don't want to leave like the hot mess and all. I will. What my brother-in-law said to me one time is, you organize your mess. So you make little piles and then it doesn't look as messy. That's probably what I'm going to do. So again, I will be back on the 11th. I'll probably be exhausted, and I don't know when I'm going to get a next video out. I'll try to do one while I'm away, and so that I don't lose too much time there. And again, let me know if you want to meet up, and let me know if you clean your house before you go on vacation. If you haven't subscribed yet here, it's totally free. I appreciate every one of you. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up, now will be a good time. It helps my channel. It helps that YouTube promotes it. And YouTube is promoting my videos right now. And I'm so thankful for that, because I am getting my highest numbers of views ever. And so that is because of the interaction on here, which is comments and thumbs up. So even if you just say hi, just put a little heart, do something, it's interaction. And that helps me. So see y'all next time, and be safe, be warm, and happy stitching and punching. Bye.
You know that?